Hi everybody, Jessica here. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And today's class is going to be entirely seated. We're going to go through some really gentle seated movement, and then we're going to get into some breath work, pranayama, specifically ratio breathing. So we'll be holding inhales, will count us down through inhales and exhalations, and the exhalations are going to gradually, and the inhalations will gradually get longer to help you to find some control over the breath and kind of slow the breath down, which in turn slows the heart rate down and really gets you into that rest and digest sleepy state where you're relaxed but you're still awake. So again, we're going to be seated. If you're going to be on the floor, I would recommend a bolster or a folded up blanket, something to bring under the hips so that you can sit comfortably for the full 20 minutes. Otherwise, you can certainly do this practice from a chair, whether it's a couch, a kitchen chair, an office chair, a wheelchair. So lots of options for you. Optional to bring a block. You don't need it, but I will be using a block or two for some of the stretches. So grab your things and I'll see you in just a minute. Hello everybody, so we are going to be seated for this practice today. I am seated on a bolster, so I would recommend you sit up on, if you have a bolster, sit up on a bolster or a folded up blanket, anything to lift your hips up a little bit to make staying seated more comfortable. Alternatively, you can be in a chair or seated in, on some furniture or something like that, anything that you feel comfortable with. So let's get started. Sitting up nice and tall. If your legs are crossed, let's go ahead and just kind of pick up the leg with your hands here and move it from side to side. Now, if you're seated in a chair, go ahead and extend your leg and just kind of lift, do some gentle lifts, leg raises there. We're just trying to get into the hip a little bit. So find your version of this and just take a few moments to kind of open up here, and then we'll switch sides. So picking up the other leg raises if you're seated in a chair, and just grab the other leg if you're seated on the floor like me, and just kind of press into the low back here a little bit to give yourself some space and move that leg from side to side, opening up the outside of the hips a little bit. Very good. We'll come back to center here. So find the cross that you like if you're seated on the ground. And we'll sit up nice and tall here, bringing the arms up, palms up, and then bending at the elbows, reaching for the tops of the arms or the shoulders, keeping the elbows lifted. And we're just going to kind of move from side to side. Think of allowing the elbows to kind of guide you. And tapping into that deep breath here as you move, getting the heart rate up just a little bit, getting into the side body, and maybe speeding up if that feels good to you. Moving as slow or as quickly as you'd like. Maybe closing the eyes so that you don't get dizzy. A few more, starting to feel the body warm up. Taking that breath deeper, keeping the elbows pointed forward and lifted. As we fatigue in the arms, the elbows are going to want to start to drop. Keep them up. And just a couple more here. And then we'll slow down and start to come back to center, releasing the arms down. Ooh, very good. We're going to start with the left arm. If you're seated on the ground, just kind of walk the hand over until you start to feel the opposite side wants to lift up. And raise the arm up. And if you're seated on a chair or something else, you can bring your hand to the side of the chair or the top of the knee and extend it long inside of the leg or the thigh. Find a very similar stretch here. Just opening up the side body, releasing the opposite hip and thigh down, pressing the ground away here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opposite side. Slow, deep breaths here. And then lift both arms up here. Big inhale. And exhale, bring the hands forward. And if you have your blocks here, you can bring them underneath the hands. And just reaching. Inhale to lift the hands up here. And exhale, bring the gaze up towards the sky. Shift the shoulders back here. Baby back bend, even if your back isn't bending. Definitely extending the spine. And exhale forward. Inhale, lift up. And exhale forward. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, left hand to the right knee, and then we'll bring the right hand behind us. If you're seated on the ground, again, you can use your block on the hand, underneath the hand behind you, just to create some space here. And we'll find a twist, keeping the spine tall. Couple more breaths here. Inhaling to find or maintain the length in the spine, and exhaling, twisting a little deeper. Maybe the gaze comes behind you. One more breath here. And inhale, lifting the arms back to center. Exhale, finding the twist on the other side. So right hand to left knee. Left hand comes behind us. Nice and tall on the inhale. And exhale, draw the shoulder behind you even further. Gaze comes behind you. Just a few more breaths. Settling into the twist here. And inhale, release the hands, bring them back up to center here. And exhale, interlace the fingers and press the wrists out. And start to turn over to the right side. Holding it right where you feel the left knee wants to come up, just like before. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling, finding that on the right side. Really keeping the fingertips and the wrists pointed up to create a lengthening through the side body here. And inhale the hands back up here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Roll out the shoulders a little bit. And we're going to get into the neck nice and gently here. So with the right hand, we're going to place the right hand on the side of the face here. And the left hand is going to come to the shoulder. And we're just going to start to drop the right ear to the right shoulder and using the right hand to kind of guide it away from this left shoulder, pulling the left shoulder down gently. And breathing into the neck. Two more breaths like this. And gently start to release, coming back to center, and we'll find that on the opposite side. So left hand, right shoulder to right hand to right shoulder. And our hands are here for awareness and gentle guidance. We don't need to like push or pull anything super strong. Just having the fingertips in place offers some encouragement and some guidance here. Very good. Last breath. And release on the exhale. Hands come out, circle the wrists in each direction. And then we're going to interlace the fingers again and bring them into the back of the head. So we're kind of like in the space where the head and the neck meet. Kind of nuzzle your hands right behind the head to cradle. And we want to bring the elbows forward and kind of hug the face with the elbows and press up to get into the triceps a little bit. Nice little stretch here. And then next, press the head back into the hands as you press the hands into the head, just offering some gentle resistance here, keeping the elbows pressed up. Head pushes back into the hands and hands resist. Just nice and gently activating the muscles behind the neck here. And then release the elbows, keeping the head kind of hugged into the hands here. Open those elbows out. And again, we're going to find a nice opening on the side body. So start to drop the right elbow down, left comes up. And then back to center. Open the elbows up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then we'll find this on the other side. Back to center. Draw the elbows back in, press them up, press the head back into the hands and vice versa. 2 more breaths here. Last breath. Inside out. Release everything, release the arms and the hands, and bring them back to the tops of the thighs. And we're going to get into some ratio breath here. So pranayama in yoga is referred to as breathing exercises, or known as breathing exercises. Prana loosely translates into life force, and it is breathing is such a big part of yoga that sometimes can get overlooked outside of the physical posture. So we're going to focus on that here and to bring us to the end of the class. So we're going to practice ratio breathing, and the idea there is I'm going to count you down on the inhale and then down on the exhale. And we're going to start with a count of 4 to 6. And then we will gradually extend the inhalations and the exhalations. Now, if you have any issues with breathing, asthma, difficult to kind of control your breath, just follow along as best as you can. If you're not able to sync up with my cues, it will improve with practice. So don't get hard on yourself. The most important thing is that you are breathing with intention. So we're going to get started here, and make sure you're comfortable. If this cross-legged seat does not work for you, come to a chair or open the legs up or bring your back to a wall. Any support that you need is definitely necessary here. And so wherever you are, we will be sitting up nice and tall. And you can place your hands wherever you'd like. You can place your hands on your body. And we're going to start here with an inhale to the count of 4 and exhaling through to the count of 6. So inhaling here for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Allow your breath to return to normal. Seeing if you can notice any difference in your heart rate, in the way you feel in your mind. By extending the exhale longer than the inhale, we naturally activate our parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. If you've ever noticed somebody sleeping, often the exhales are longer than the inhalations, and that's pretty much what we're trying to mimic here. So if you feel extra smooth and relaxed and like you want to crawl into bed right now, then that is perfect. Just taking another moment here. Seated meditation in lieu of Shavasana. And noticing if there is anything on your mind here. Noticing if your mind is quiet or still, and just kind of accepting all of that for what it is. And then bringing your attention to the idea of gratitude, welcoming that idea of being gracious for your body and your effort and your ability to accept and try new things, to take yoga classes through Joyn, to practice on your breath work, to practice being patient and being present and being still. And we'll end here with a little smile. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to lead you through this practice. I look forward to seeing you on the mat next time.